has the torch kind of been passed tonight?
I don't know. I think we just, went out, played hard, competed a little bit. They say keep up the hard work.
4 years after the tragic passing of NBA legend, the late great Kobe Bryant, the perfect player and competitor to have the All-Star Game Award named after the Kobe Bryant Most Valuable Player Award, paving the way to the next generation. Many of today's star players idolize Kobe. Their favorite players growing up would absolutely make their dreams come true to collect a Kobe Bryant name trophy, hang it up in their collections forever. Mr. Bryant himself won 4 of these awards. The superstar to stand out most amongst the biggest of stars, provided us countless of incredible memories, jaw-dropping plays, ferocious defense, from being a teenage sensation to standing out, raising the trophy, first in 2002, booed heavily in his hometown of Philly, rocking the afro. 5 years later, a prime 28-year-old Kobe displayed his complete excellent all-around game, the West losing in 2008 and 2010 due to Kobe's absence with injury. 3 minutes played 08 with a torn ligament, a sprained ankle 2010. Guess what happened in 2009 and 2011? It was Bryant once again shining brightest, him and Shaq embracing their final NBA accomplishment together, capping off the 2000s decade, reminding us which duo most superior, representing his hometown to the fullest, capped off a 37-point outburst 2011, giving us 3 decades of excellence. The greatness of the 13th overall pick in the 96 draft started by putting the thousands of hours of work behind the scenes. Limited as a rookie, averaged just 7.6 points, but when given a chance, his talents could not be ignored. Playing for the big market Lakers, combined with having similarities to a Michael Jordan-like game. The media obsessed, desperately trying to find the next MJ, the high school player of the year in '96, fresh off winning the '97 NBA dunk contest, the fan favorite due to his high-flying dunks and flashy game. Of course, everybody looking up stats didn't think 19-year-old Kobe deserved to make the All-Star selection. Averaged 15.4 points in 26 minutes played, 79 games total, only started 1 time. But after Shaq missed 20 straight games with an abdominal injury, it was Bryant who kept the Lakers afloat, going 13-7 at the time, producing in a much lower scoring NBA, finished 42nd in scoring that year. 2023's NBA, for context, the 42nd leading scorer, Paolo Banchero and Jamal Murray, exactly 20 points a game. Kobe's per 36 trumps Eddie Jones, a good player in his own right who started over Kobe in a much older NBA, which didn't value young stars at the time. The 26-year-old Jones was considered a young rising player himself. Everyone knew Kobe had the way better upside and more reliable long-term option, eventually traded Jones away. The 19-year-old received the 2nd most votes of any Western Conference guards. His popularity also rubbed many the wrong way. After scoring his very first 30-piece December 14 of '97, a win over Dallas, just 3 days later, the teenage sensation finally scored over 30 points in a marquee game at United Center against the one and only Michael Jordan, less than 2 months before the All-Star break. While many past players crumbled when getting the chance to compete against MJ, the 19-year-old balled out of his mind.
At the future of the NBA, you're looking at the present and the future right there.
While the starting Eddie Jones struggled, going 1 of 11 with 3 points, Kobe wasted no time hitting jumpers over MJ, finished the game with 33, Jordan 36. One of the very few times the future superstar and the greatest of all time really matched up. Both put on an absolute clinic, no Shaq in the lineup. Despite getting blown out, the teenager approached Jordan, used the opportunity to ask for advice, absorbed everything Michael told him. A moment and lessons that would stick with the young Bryant for the rest of his career.
Did you impart any wisdom to him throughout the game?
Oh yeah, he asked me one question when we were down, bent down at half court, and he wanted to know how, when I turn around on my jump shot, how to lock the defense or how to get to feel the defense. I told him you should feel the defense with your legs. Once you feel the defense with your legs, you more or less got to feel where the defense is, and you can take advantage of that. If
somehow Kobe didn't play well that one game in Chicago, the '98 All-Star game would have just been like any All-Star activity, without the aura and historical moment and greatness behind it. The moment with Jordan weeks before, a stepping stone for what's to come for the next decade and a half. The previous 8 games before All-Star break, Mr. Bryant put up 21.8 points on under 13 shot attempts, including a 25-point win over Jordan and the Bulls, splitting the regular season series. February 8 came around right before the All-Star game, a place where MJ dominated in the East All-Stars locker room. The 34-year-old had plenty to say about the teenage phenom.
I don't think you want to take everybody one-on-one.
I know, right?
Yeah. Kobe. Yeah.
He don't let the game come to him. No, he just go out there and take it.
He's gonna take you for. He's gonna make his game.
I'm gonna make this a one-on-one game.
Yeah. Look, I figured after the first 4 attempts, it didn't go.
After the first 4 attempts, if I was a teammate, I wouldn't pass him the ball. Hey, you want this ball again, brother? You better rebound.
Of course, Jordan referring to that little Laker boy, instead of saying his full name, Jason Kidd mentioned that was normally MJ's way of not giving you any respect until he earned it.
You hear that being said at all on the court? That little Laker boy?
Yeah, that was normally, you know, MJ's way of not giving you any respect. It's not by calling you by your name. He called him Laker boy until he earned his respect, and I think at the end of Kobe's career, he was calling him Kobe.
Of course, some of the older players could be a little jealous of young Kobe getting all the hype, becoming the youngest player to ever make the All-Star team despite not even starting for his own team. Realizing it could be young Kobe's last time to compete against his idol with the uncertainty after the '98 season, Bryant made sure to leave a lasting impression.
All right, there's been a lot of talk about this being your last All-Star game. How do you feel about that?
It very well can be. I think, you know, right now in Chicago, they're looking to make a change and go a different direction with the coaching staff, which I think affects me a lot. And it really doesn't leave me with many choices either. You know, I can stay and start all over again and with the new coach in, or, you know, I can basically say that's it. And, you know, right now in my mind, I'm thinking that's it.
Being one of the few All-Stars to do a pre-game interview on NBC, the league was absolutely marketing their next potential superstar. 100% facts.
I'm here with Kobe, 19 years old. Most guys are trying to pick out a major, find a summer job. What's this moment represent to you to play in the All-Star game at 19 years of age?
It means the world to me. This is my first All-Star game, playing here in New York City with all these great basketball players. It's an incredible feeling. I'm glad it's finally arrived.
How are your nerves?
I'm a little nervous.
Most kids Kobe's age in their second year of college trying to figure out their major or looking for the next frat party, while Kobe had his eyes set aiming to conquer the basketball hardwood in the world's most famous arena, matching up against the best player who's ever done it. Moments before tip-off, here's Bob Costas and Isaiah Thomas talking about Kobe's greatness.
And there you see Kobe Bryant in the foreground, the man many have dubbed the next Michael Jordan. Of course, that's a bit silly. There will be no next Michael Jordan, but the combination of skill and flair that Kobe Bryant brings to the game has already captivated the country.
Kobe definitely brings the skill and the flair. You know, he's a very exciting player. He's entertaining. The thing that I'm amazed at a very young age is he already understands how to entertain the fans. And he and Michael Jordan have promised us in their interviews that they will put on the show here today.
Indeed, both absolutely put on a show, despite the game being a blowout. Looking back, easily one of the most entertaining All-Star games ever. East won opening possession. Of course, MJ had to let everyone know who was getting the first bucket. Many young players would easily be intimidated by greatness, especially when it's about time where you gotta put in the work. Kobe's first touch of the basketball a minute into the game. Pulls up for mid-range, excellent Jordan contest, but guess what happened the second time he touched it? Nails the baseline jumper. Moments later, Kobe absolutely not afraid, trying to pull up a spectacular layup, wanting to be like Mike, attempting that no-looker to no avail. The 8:15 mark of the first, Kobe with remarkable defense, contesting a Jordan miss, got one step closer, a crazy layup attempt on Mutombo, Isaiah Thomas enjoyed it to the fullest.
I hear Kevin Garnett's give him the ooh, and Kobe comes back with a ah.
Even the GOAT Muhammad Ali in attendance, shown on the big screen. Moments after a Jordan miss, Kobe with the insane first spectacular highlight off a Shaq outlet with the incredible 360 slam, the first crazy play of the game. Isaiah Thomas continues to be astonished by the 19-year-old.
Yeah, nobody wants to play against him nowadays. Everybody is looking at Kobe saying, oh, Kobe's coming to town, Kobe's coming to town. The fans and everybody screaming. Nobody wants anything to do with this kid.
While some of the younger West All-Stars have future all-time greats, the likes of Jason Kidd, Kevin Garnett, and Tim Duncan, none of them was talked about like Kobe. Bill Walton shares the story on Bryant attending the previous All-Star game as a rookie and what he learned.
But at the NBA 50 celebration last year, Kobe told us, he said that he learned from Earl Monroe and Tiny Archibald that patience is the ultimate key to his long-term success. He had a fabulous time in Cleveland last year, as we all did.
If the 19-year-old hit that crazy jumper after the ridiculous lightning-fast crossover, would have been one of the greatest All-Star Game highlights. Mr. Jordan absolutely spot on about Kobe trying to take guys one-on-one. Very next West possession, after grabbing the board, ran in transition, drew down the second spectacular play of the game, two-handed alley-oop, a young-to-young connection, two of the most fierce and intense competitors for the next decade. Garnett assists to Kobe, which goes back to this video of both showing their hype and emotions and shock, embracing their first All-Star journey together.
All-Star game, How real is that though, you know what I mean? How real is that, yo? How real is that? Damn. We here now, baby. We here now. We here now.
Netting in the beautiful sky hook after the whistle. For Jordan proving why he's the GOAT, schooled the young kid with the fadeaway, Kobe couldn't respond, followed by a signature Jordan and one on the 19-year-old. Kobe also didn't back down, showing his defense. Nice strip on MJ here. Both had 8 and 9 points after one respectively.
Kobe Bryant, first quarter 8 points to lead the West in scoring. Kobe, 19 years old. Is this everything you thought it'd be?
Oh yeah, I'm definitely enjoying myself. It's a top-notch basketball right here, so it's definitely a dream.
You're certainly not bashful. You came out firing.
I just wanted to come out and be aggressive and try to get loose and get within the flow of the game. And Kevin, we talked before the game. He said he's going to help me get loose, and he did.
How about that 360 dunk? Tell us about that one.
I just wanted to improvise and do something nice.
Now, you said you'd be nervous, you thought, before the game, were you?
No. Once I stepped out there on the court, I really didn't feel as nervous, I guess, because I was at home, playing a game of basketball, and I haven't played in a couple of days, so I felt at home.
Just another game, right?
Yeah, right. Something like that.
MJ responds to the competitiveness on the young kid.
You and Kobe going one-on-one, it got exciting.
Well, I mean, he's coming at me. I mean, I think that's the approach. He's being very, very aggressive. And, if I knew someone was sick, certainly the first thing I'd do, I'd go out to someone. But, I got to defend myself, I'm going to go out there. He's got to play defense just like I got to play defense. No, but he's doing the right thing. He's coming at me, which he's supposed to. But I have to defend myself in whatever way I can.
So the pride factor does count.
Oh, yeah, it counts a lot.
The king is not dead, Bob.
Minutes after both checked in for the second quarter, the classic post-up, up-fig, fading baseline money jumper, Kobe in transition, also showing the creative playmaking, only for Duncan to miss the jam. Of course, ended the half with a smooth putback, putting himself in double figures. Jordan and Kobe the main attraction during the halftime interview. First Ahmad Rashad, then Jim Gray.
We will have our times where we go one-on-one, but I'm not going to try to do it too often because I don't want to take away from the other guys being here.
But you will not shy away from that isolation.
Oh, I will defend myself without a doubt.
You're not shying away at all from Michael. You're going after him, aren't you, Kobe?
I'm just having fun. I'm having a good time. Michael's a great player, one of the best players of all time. And what better way to learn the game than going at him?
But you've issued a bit of a challenge, and he's got his pride up, doesn't he?
Oh, yeah, me too. And that's how you play the game. That's how I grew up playing the game, and I'm sure he did too, and every player out here as well. So that's what makes this game interesting.
MJ kept his word, having the rookie loss only to have his shot goaltended by Shaq. Few seconds later, 19-year-old Kobe drained a bomb. Then having one of the most crazy plays in transition, the youngster went behind the back dribble, followed by the incredible hook shot that had everybody going crazy.
Dribble and out after the home rebound. Bryant puts it up.
A move nobody has ever seen before. Kobe of course wasn't done. Confidently draining a 3, Magic Johnson jumped out his seat. A few of you watching this video right now, born before 1990, jumped out your couch, remembering exactly where you were, watching this game live like it was yesterday. Mixing in some Magic Johnson flavor with Kareem's finish. A little Showtime, winning time, and Kobe time. After 3 quarters, Kobe does yet another in-game interview with Gray. But unfortunately, George Karl coaching the West refused to put Kobe back in the fourth.
A deep, long 3 right in front of, I love this game.
Isaiah Thomas and Bill Walton have seen an awful lot of basketball. They said they've never seen a player move like that. Where'd you learn that one?
Just really just playing on the playgrounds in Philadelphia. When I came back from Europe, I picked up a few tricks here and there.
Now, how much did you practice that for this game specifically?
Not much. When I get in this game, I just basically try to play off of instincts.
Now, come on. You had to practice that a little bit. You told me you had a little something special. Was that it?
No, not yet.
Not yet? You got something else in there, huh?
If I get the opportunity to, I will, yeah.
Bryant couldn't reveal his true secret move, ended up outscoring Jordan 18-17 after 3. Magic Johnson, left in awe, shares his thoughts again on the sensational teenager.
Have you ever seen a young man like Kobe Bryant so confident at his age and so mature?
No, never. I think that he showed you things that a lot of, what are you talking about, 19-year-old, a lot of the guys 25 and 30, 35 can't even do. And that move down there was just unbelievable. His creativity and the fact that he thought and believed that it would go in was just amazing. And Isaiah, he understands that because he got moves like that himself.
Kobe forced to watch his idol close out the game, Jordan nailing a 3, showing his passing abilities, allowing outside sniper Reggie Miller to cook, putting on the finishing touches, the gorgeous spin move, hanging up and under, giving rookie Tim Duncan a taste of his airness. George Karl ultimately ruined Kobe's chances at winning All-Star MVP. With the game coming to an end, Isaiah responded honestly on the game's MVP.
So Isaiah, who's your pick for MVP?
Michael Jordan. It has to be Jordan. His team won. He's the leading scorer. And this is what the young players got to learn. Even though you come out and you put on the show and you entertain the fans, the bottom line is you still have to win, and you got to win championship to be considered one of the greatest ever.
A statement Kobe absolutely well aware of and accomplished. Both shared their post-game moment. Jim Gray chats with Kobe again after getting benched the final 14+ minutes.
Well, Kobe, you didn't get back in the game the last 18 minutes. George Karl iced you a little bit. Were you disappointed?
No, not really. I just like to come out here and have some fun. I had my fun, and I was able to rest a little bit.
Now, this experience, how much fun was it for you?
It was incredible. It was incredible. I mean, I was matched up with Mike, and we had a chance to go head-to-head a little bit. It was incredible.
Now, Michael Jordan has indicated that this might be his last year. How big of a disappointment would that be for you, and how much more can you learn from him?
Well, you can never stop learning. And Mike, every time I play against Mike, I learn something new. Disappointed, I don't know, because without him, I wouldn't be here right now. So.
What'd you learn tonight? What was the new thing you learned from him tonight?
Well, I can't tell you that. I got to keep all that to myself. For all the future basketball players out there or coming out of high school, can't give up my secret.
The truest of words, Bryant would carry that insane championship work ethic for years until his body gave out. An all-star game to be forever cemented in the basketball entertainment history books, the most fearful guy to be scared of Kobe after this game was absolutely positively not any player, but head coach George Karl, who received the most damage. The Mamba vowing to never lose to a George Karl coach team in the playoffs. 10 years later, prime Kobe absolutely destroyed, abused, annihilated, and humiliated Karl's Nuggets 50-win team round 1, made Melo tap out. A first-round masterclass on Anthony and Iverson also prevented Karl's Nuggets at a finals berth the following year, making sure his Lakers won that title. Then 2012, a 7-game series win, putting the finishing touches on this dagger jumper.
Next foul for the Nuggets puts them over the limit. Here is Bryant. Yes!
George Karl, which later in years became my motivation when we played against Denver, to never let them win the playoff series because he didn't play me the whole fourth quarter of that game.
I remember that.
See what I'm saying? Because me and Mike went at it, for 3 quarters, and then in the fourth quarter, the crowd's waiting for me to get back in there. He benches me the whole fourth.
I remember that.
And it was like, okay.
Every time I see you getting this work.
It's on site. It's on site. So when we played the Denver Nuggets in the playoffs, it was like, hold on, you will never beat me in the playoffs.
Using fuel for extra motivation, a forgotten moment in the game, the fearless teenager even had the audacity to wave off MVP Karl Malone, asked Kobe for a pick and roll, a furious Malone used to playing with Stockton, a play that worked for him thousands of times. Kobe asked him to get out the way. Seeing a player at half his age acting like that, the teenage sensation was built different. Nevertheless, young Kobe officially introduced his real superstardom to the basketball world, took that mentality to the next level for years and years.
One of the plays that I will never forget, and we can ask Karl Malone about it someday,
I was going to bring it up.
is that he asked for a pick and roll, and Kobe waved him off. And I think we were all in awe or shock that That's, Karl Malone, pick and roll to John Stockton. They've done it a million times. So Kobe and Karl, and Kobe was like, no, I got this all by myself. And he waved Karl out, and he did his thing. And I think Karl was like, okay, I need to come out of the game because this is past me now.
Being the youngest player on the court, already one of the two most competitive, captured the hearts of many fans, that little Laker boy became the man of the NBA after Michael Jordan, achieving all-time great status in his own right. When a luxurious opportunity presented itself at the biggest stage, Kobe was always ready. I got mine. The 1998 All-Star Game at Madison Square Garden, one of hundreds of amazing Kobe Bryant stories throughout his incredible 20-year career.
MacLeod basketball right here in New York City, MSG, Madison Square Garden. You had a behind the scenes look. Catch you back in LA. Showtime, baby.
After Jordan played his last All-Star game as a member of the Chicago Bulls, Kobe completed his first. We should all be thankful that February 8th, 1998 happened as it did. Intense goosebumps, iconic moments, lasting memories, forever embedded in our hearts. Thank you, Michael Jordan. Thank you, Kobe Bryant.